So just jump straight into this video here, just get it very quick. I want to try and not make this video long, but say you're just playing multiplayer and you're just kind of getting burned out on the MCC. It's just the grind is too egregious and you're just running into too many people boosting, and even though 343 says they're trying to solve the problem, they clearly haven't, because boosting is still prevalent. It's just even more sophisticated with people joining your team and destroying your vehicle so that the enemy team can spawn kill you, which unfortunately I've been experiencing a lot of that in BTB. So you're just sitting there going, is there any other way I can just earn XP right now? And even though Halo 3 is going to be coming, when it comes to the PC, there's going to be a whole bunch of things that are going to be changing. There's going to be a bunch of challenge screens and stuff like that you can play, and the whole pin challenge, all the stuff they're showing, the flighting. Right now, actually, you can already do some of these challenges. There's just unfortunately no challenge screen, hub screen, that they're going to come out with soon in a couple days. But for right now, you can actually do challenges, and they are actually in the campaign, and they're weekly challenges. So I just wanted to tell you about this Halo MCC weekly challenge that they have, that you can actually earn 330,000 XP in under 30 minutes just playing the campaign. Now, I'm going to be fair and say right off the bat that this is just based off of RNG, and it's for some people that are just unlucky, like me a lot of times, you're not going to get it under 30 minutes. But if you do have good RNG, you can get this under 30 minutes. But if not, it might just take you a little bit longer. But in the end, it's worth it for how much you get out of it. Especially if you're a lower rank, you just jump up really high. But if you're near the end, it kind of really slows down still. But hopefully when they add in more of the stuff that's going to come to the challenge hub when Halo 3 comes to PC, hopefully we're going to see a lot of that. And by the time I probably upload this video, they'll probably be out there. If they do change it and take away these challenges, that will suck, because this makes this video almost redundant. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about this, because of the fact that I don't see anyone really talking about this and how you can really take advantage of this and get the most out of this. So for those that don't remember, Halo MCC has added weekly challenges to the campaign missions that give XP for completing the missions, and that you can earn up to 330,000 XP a week on MCC. How much XP for each challenge? Well, the description's as follows: complete a mission on easy for 5,000 XP, complete a mission on normal difficulty for 10,000 XP, complete a mission on heroic for 15,000 XP, and complete a campaign mission on legendary for 25,000 XP. And this, the requirement to get this, it isn't entirely explained in the MCC patch notes when they released this, so I'm trying to give it more context. You have a total of 6 Halo games you can do each of these challenges in on MCC. So that's Halo Reach, Halo CE, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, and Halo 4. So that makes up a total of 24 challenges, 4 challenges per Halo game. So that means that you have 55,000 XP you can get for each Halo game, for a grand total with all 6 Halo games combined, 330,000 weekly XP that you can get just by playing in campaign. You can also do all these challenges in one go, in one mission in each Halo game. So you don't have to do one mission on easy, one on normal, one on heroic, one on legendary. You can do it all on legendary and get all 4 challenges at once. And just to kind of answer a lot of these questions other people have told me or asked me, no, you cannot keep unlocking the challenge for each mission in Halo MCC by playing all 58 missions on Legendary. Not sure why so many people ask about this, as the description is pretty straightforward. You can't be on Halo 2 and play Cairo Station and then Outskirts right after and get the challenge award again and again. Otherwise, people would just play the entire MCC campaign on Legendary and be at tier 100 in Season 1 in 4 weeks. It wouldn't take that long to do. If you do a mission like Cairo on Easy, you can unlock the Easy challenge, and then on Outskirts you can do normal and you can unlock the normal challenge and so on, but at the end of the day, it's just faster if you want to do it on legendary in one go and get it done with. So yes, the challenges do stack. So if you beat the mission on a higher difficulty and you have lower difficulty challenges that weren't unlocked before, you can unlock them as well. So if you beat a mission like on Halo 3 Floodgate and you complete the challenges for easy, normal, and heroic as well if you beat the legendary. You can only do it once per each Halo game, and it resets on Wednesday at, I believe, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Not sure if it's exactly has to be at your time zone exactly, but it has to be, like, I believe it. From what I read is 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now that's from what I read, so hopefully that's accurate. Also, you cannot do any cinematic missions or non-combat missions. So like the Halo 2 tutorial mission does not count. I have tested this and confirmed. You also cannot use score nullifying skulls, as that would end up defeating the purpose of the difficulty and make it easy. So no, you can't use those also to try and help you get the missions done easier. Also, playlists shouldn't affect this unless you have the skulls activated that are poor nullifying skulls that would cancel out the challenge from being unlocked. You should be able to unlock the challenges in Xbox and on PC, both from Steam and Windows Store, or otherwise known as the Halo app. So you might be wondering, hey, I don't want to play any matchmaking at all. How fast will this rank me up if I just do the weekly challenges for a campaign for these particular challenges? Well, luckily for you, I just happen to have done the numbers for you. If you haven't played Halo MCC yet and you are at level 1, since it takes about 10 million XP to get to the end, or about 10,669,000 XP, or to be very exactly, so you can actually earn XP past that once you get to the max rank, 10,818,999 XP, and that's including the XP after you get to tier 100. So to get to tier 100 Staff Sergeant in Season 1, if you just want to rank up in campaign only using these challenges and no matchmaking at all, it'll take you 33 weeks to do. That's over half a year to almost 3/4 of a year, but that still is a lot to get from to Season 1 tier 100. Every week I do these challenges, I play all 6 missions, and it does get you up pretty high, but again, once you get near the end, it starts to really slow down. Before I was getting up like about 5 ranks, I had a little bit of extra room in XP to play a match or two to get up a little bit more, but now I'm like near the end, so I get up maybe 1 rank, and I still have to play a little bit of matchmaking in order to make up a second tier to go up. And again, like I'm like at the 80 range, 80-90 range, and yeah, it just gets really grindy at the end, which sucks. But if you are fast at doing this, you can do this under 30 minutes in campaign. And if you know all the tricks and speedruns plus some glitches, you can get this done in about 10-15 minutes if you're really good. Also, before we get into this, I want to also talk about some known issue problems with this as well, to give you a little heads up. I wanted to also let you know that there are some bugs and glitches with this challenge right now. I'm not sure if it'll get fixed when they add in the challenge hub, but one issue caused by the challenge unlock notification is that it doesn't even pop up. Even if you do the challenge, you do the mission, you complete it, nothing pops up. If that happens, don't worry, you more than likely did get it, it just didn't pop up. It looks like it's kind of been resolved in a recent update, but I'm not sure if some people may be still experiencing it, but I've had it a few times where I did the mission and it didn't work. And another one that also is that whether or not the challenge pops up or not, there won't be any progress shown on your profile progress bar, or even if it does, and you should have gone up and got a lock token or whatever they want to call it, it doesn't show at all. Do not panic. It still counts, it's still actually tracking, it's just MCC is just really bugged. If you restart your game, you will notice that the progress bar has moved, and you probably also ranked up, and then you should have that season point, that was what I was trying to think of, that will be in your customization menu if you check it out after you restart your game. It happens a few times to me on Xbox. I just ignore it, do all 24 challenges, and then check after when I restart my game, and it works. I've only experienced this on Xbox console, not sure if this is also something that happens on Steam or Windows. Also, again, for future updates to challenges, 343 will be adding a challenge screen where you can view the challenges when Halo 3 comes to PC. Unclear if you can view it in-game. I believe not. They didn't even do it in the fighting, but it's in the menu and you can pin the challenges. But just to give you a heads up that they will bring a challenge hub screen so you can actually see the challenges. Now you might be wondering to yourselves, what are the fastest legendary missions to complete these challenges on the MCC? These are the best missions to do the fastest solo running. The ones I did aren't necessarily the speed running ones, but the easiest legendary missions to play on. So even if you aren't good on legendary, or that you're just not good at that, you can do these missions. And you can also look at speedruns to try and kind of help you with this, and they are very simple to do. Nothing major, tricky to do, but there is a little bit of RNG, just luck. But if you want to look at speedruns, check out Halo Run's website with video links on the times to see how they did it, and you can try and replicate this yourself. So first off is Halo Reach, and the mission that I'm going to first mention is Winter Contingency. This is more for skilled speedrunners if you know how to do the speedrunning, but if you also know how to do the checkpoint glitch at the end that was used a lot back in OG Reach to boost the Demon and Flawless Cowboy commendations 10 years ago, you can also use this checkpoint glitch to always load and complete the mission every time, but you have to be careful not to load the next mission or you lose the checkpoint. So if you want to look on how to do that on YouTube, you can look up how to do the Flawless Cowboy and just copy what they do. But I think what you have to do is you just kind of have to back out after the notifications pop up and just don't press anything to progress. Just back out and restart the game. But if you do, then unfortunately you have to redo the checkpoint, and that's a little bit of a hassle. So if you don't want to do that every single time, you can also do Nightfall, which is also the world record fastest to do. I use this as well because sometimes I just don't feel like trying to do the checkpoint every single time on Legendary for Winter Contingency. So Nightfall is the one I would personally like to do. It takes only about 2 or 3 minutes. The only difficult part is trying to get past the elites right around the corner, and then also trying to get the little I think skid loader so you can go through the wall, and after that it's pretty plain simple from there. You'll watch a couple tutorials on that and it's pretty plain simple, and I also will have some gameplay in the background. I'll probably have to reference other people's videos because some of the stuff I wasn't able to record myself, and just so you guys can see how it's done. Next up is Halo CE. One of the missions, if you're a really good speedrunner, if you're a skilled speedrunner, is Pillar Bottom. That's the best one to do for anyone that's just really good at running through the campaign. The other mission you can do is the Silent Cartographer, which is an alternative for more skilled speedrunners. So if you're really good at speedrunning, these two missions are probably the best for you. But if you aren't really good at that stuff, you just need a quick mission to get through everything. The best one is Keys, which is also the world record fastest, probably world record fastest in all the Halo games, because you can do it under a minute, but it's entirely random luck that you have to do everything perfectly. The one that I use is the flood bump method instead of the shield bump method. If you aren't good with that shield bump, it's too hard to like see where you're supposed to jump because everything's invisible. I just use the flood bump, but that's also a little tricky. It's completely random. You can't always get in. Sometimes after a while it just gets annoying having to hear Captain, we lost the captain or something like that. So don't be disheartened on that one. It really is just entirely RNG, but there's almost next to almost no fighting, and if you do it right. I'll reference one guy's video here. His name is Splee5556. He does it so well and he explains it perfectly, so hopefully this can help you. Next up is Halo 2, and the one that I prefer doing right off the bat is Outskirts. You'll probably die the most trying to get past this Jackal sniper on the Ghost, that also another Ghost will try and gun you down, and there's also a grunt on a turret. That's where I've had the most difficult time throughout the entire part of that mission. But everything else, even an average player can get through this, but it's just that one spot is just complete RNG luck. You just have to hope that the Jackal misses the ghost is not on your ass the second you're trying to get around the corner, and that the grunt is just not able to shoot quick enough before you're able to get around the corner. I've had some situations where the grunt even jumped off the turret, which is like, thank you, because you don't have to worry about that extra damage that happens to you. I use this. It's perfect. It works really well. It's really good. That's from my experience. Other missions, some other alternatives are the Arbiter for skilled speedrunners, and Delta Halo. They're also for skilled speedrunners. Also, the world record goes to the mission High Charity for speedrunners. It's extremely fast to get through that one if you're a really good speedrunner. Unfortunately for me, I'm just not good at that kind of stuff, so that's why I don't even bother trying with that. And lastly, with Halo 2, the mission Uprising is a really good alternative, whether you're a really good speedrunner or an average speedrunner. There's different ways you can go about this. You can also, the good speedrunning, you can get the least amount of enemy encounters because there's a way to get the mission done in under a minute where you can use a sword lunge glitch to get out of the map. I forgot what they call it, if it's butterfly or sword cancel, or what it's called, but anyways, you can actually just zoom out of the map, and once you get out of the map, you're out of there. But there's another easier method, but it requires a Sputnik, Feather, Pinata, and Boom Skull, which unfortunately, because those are score canceling skulls, it won't be considered something to get the challenge with, which is also why it's not listed in the Halo runs. But that's the speedrunning method. If you use just if you can't get out of the map and you just know how to at least do the sword canceling or the weapon canceling glitch, you can actually run through the mission using that, and there's some tutorial videos on that can definitely help you get through that mission. Next up is Halo 3 ODST, and first one that you can do is Savo Highway, which is an alternative for skilled speedrunners. There's also the mission which I choose to do is Floodgate, which is also the world record fastest. This mission takes the longest of all the ones on the Halo MCC campaign weekly challenges that I found. It's just no matter what you do, it's going to take at least 10 minutes, but still it's the fastest compared to some of the other missions in Halo 3. This is the one I use because it's just more convenient. You don't have to use some of the things the speedrunners do in the mission, like some of the little jump points, but if you are good at it, you can try it, but otherwise you can take on some of the enemies there. In the Flood, they're kind of just a little oblivious, and you can just run past them pretty much for the most part. There's only just, I think, 1 or 2 difficult spots in the entire thing, but other than that, it's pretty easy to run through. Next up is Halo 3 ODST. There's a couple of missions you can try. The Prepare to Drop, the very start of that mission, is the world record fastest for that game. For skilled speedrunners, least amount of enemy encounters, so you can try that. There's also Tyria Plaza, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. It's a good alternative for skilled speedrunners as well. But if you're not a good speedrunner, you can try Uplift Reserve. It's the only hardest part is the very beginning, getting past the wraiths. What I end up doing is I don't do what the speedrunner does where he drives past it. I just use the Spartan laser and kill the 2 brutes, and then kill the wraith and 2 other vehicles, and then once that happens I get a warthog, and then I try to drive past it. It's a lot easier than trying to have to take on the entire enemy just sitting there. But the rest of it, if you follow any of the other speedrun tutorials, it's very simple, very easy to do. I've been able to replicate it. The only other hard part past that is trying to get past a wraith at the LZ point. You have to just get around it before it can shoot you, and it's a little tricky, but most times you actually end up being lucky and actually able to get past that. And lastly is Halo 4. There's 2 missions you can try here. The one that I pick is the Dawn, which is the world record fastest. If you aren't good at speedrunning, this map is very simple to get through without much difficulty. There are some glitch jump points to get out of the map, but I don't even use those because it's all luck, and in the end it's not that conveniently faster. The only difficult part of the entire thing that I found trying to get through that mission was trying to do the I think it was called the concussion cannon jump, that you have to crouch and you shoot the pipe at the same time in order to get up. to the point where you have to trigger an event. Other than that, there's not much difficulty there. The other mission is Shutdown, which is alternative. Least amount of enemy encounters you'll ever experience, but it's also heavily based on RNG. You just have to hope to hit every spot, and I'm just not that good at it, and I just get too frustrated. But otherwise, you could actually run through that mission pretty fast as well. In conclusion, to wrap this video up, anyways, I just hope that you find this a lot easier to get through, and hopefully when the new update comes and they make some new changes and new methods to get new challenges done faster for MCC campaign and other matchmaking, hopefully it can speed up things a little faster for you as well. I may do another video about that, but hopefully this you guys find is helpful. But yeah, that should be the end of this. Again, hopefully they keep these challenges and they don't end up getting rid of them and adding different challenges, because then it'll make this whole video pointless. But otherwise, hopefully this helps you get it all done. Anyways, you all take care. Bye.